Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty here with Otogirisou, a Chunsoft kind of visual novel-esque game for the Super Nintendo. I'll turn this down a bit. Hypersum perforatum. We're just going to call it Otogirisou. I believe it is a type of flower or plant. And this is my first time using an SNES emulator, so I will be messing around with these controls trying to figure out how it works. And I doubt we can mess with the sound too much, this being a Super Nintendo game. Oh wait, can we do lowercase? I will try and find options, but I don't think there are any. See, now it's really quiet. The narrow mountain road weaved back and forth. These are very impressive for Super Nintendo graphics. I'm not sure if it was because of the shadows from the mountain or something else, but it felt oddly gloomy. Trying the other button, see if anything happens. No. The trees were all lined up in a row like a procession of corpses. Interesting comparison. And the way the rocks were shaped made them look like monsters. This is just a nice day, a nice drive, and we're turning it into a horror experience. I decided to put those disturbing thoughts out of my head. I could hear Nami breathing lightly as she slept. She was awake until just a moment ago. I figured she must be tired after a day of fishing at the river. She looked so beautiful as she slept. As I gripped the steering wheel, I couldn't help but gaze at her. Ah, Shorty! A car! Nami suddenly shouted. I thought she was asleep. Without thinking, I was just about to hit the brakes, but there was no car heading towards us at all. Nami. Oh, that was a dream? Come on, get it together. I pretended like I was going to smack her with my elbow. And at that time, A, I thought about how cute Nami was. B, I shivered like I just had a premonition of something sinister. We have a problem. I want to see if we can save. Okay. No, I just want to close this. No! Oh my gosh, I'm stuck in the menu. I can't get out of it. Okay, here we go. I've never used this emulator before. I don't typically use emulators, so honestly, I think our protagonist would do B, but I'll just do A. I like the pink text color. Thought about how cute Nami was. They have flowers like that here, huh? I wonder if those are the Otogirisou. Nami said as she looked out at the scenery. Yellow flowers lined both sides of the road. Oh, those. They go by a few names. Hypersums, St. John's wort, or Otogirisou. The letters used to write Otogirisou mean the brother cut flowers. Oh? What a creepy name. There's a sort of legend about them. Ooh, I'm all ears. And at that time, A, I thought I might scare Nami a little, or B, I figured I could use the opportunity to embellish the story. Can't we just tell her the story? I'll use B. Once upon a time. Huh? What's this about all of a sudden? It happened ages ago. Two brothers, falconers, lived deep in the forest. The two of them got along well and always spent their days hunting together. Are you saying falconers hunt for falcons? It's actually a pretty impressive bird graphic. Because he's frowning. With falcons. Anyway, they were from a prestigious family that was well known for raising strong falcons, but they had a secret. A secret medicine that healed falcons' wounds. I wish I knew how this was sounding volume-wise. It had been passed down in their family for generations. With that medicine, falcons that usually would have died from their injuries healed right up. That's not fair, keeping it all to themselves. Maybe so, but it was for that reason that the brothers were respected by the nobility. One day, the ruler of their village gathered all of the falconers around for a hunting tournament there. A hunting tournament? Weird. Don't pester me about the story, alright? Feels like it's dragging on, though. Hey, just listen to the end anyway, or B, should I give you the short version? B, because we're nice. Should I give you the short version? Please. Okay, to make a long story short, their secret medicine got leaked out. The older brother was so mad at his little brother for it that he stabbed him. His blood splashed on the flowers, and that's where the flowers got their name. Otogirisou. Brother cut flowers, huh? That's the story. Oh, I think that's supposed to be switched. The girl says, Otogirisou. Brother cut flowers, huh? That's the story. It's the kind of story you hear all the time, huh? Oh, it's starting to rain. Oh, look at the rain graphics. This really is impressive looking for a Super Nintendo game. I'm serious. Each flower has a meaning, you know, and oh my gosh, who's speaking? Is it the boy or the girl? I think the first one was the girl, so this would be the boy. Each flower has a meaning, you know, and hypersims mean... Of course, we could both be girls. Oh, I can't remember. You forgot? I made it this far into the story, but it's just... It was on the tip of my tongue. Now you've got me curious. What was it, though? I know it didn't mean suicide or anything like that. Wasn't it the same flower, so wouldn't it mean the same thing? A flower that stands for suicide? I feel like Japanese stories love to do the flower thing. I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. Like they got the Higginbana games from When They Cry, and Maidens of Death, or I think it's called the Dark Maidens. If you haven't seen the Dark Maidens, you should go watch that movie. It's pretty good. Nami laughed. A, I responded calmly. It's not out of the question. Or B, I started laughing too. I responded calmly. It's not out of the question! It's a big world out there. There are so many flowers with so many meanings. Hey, more importantly, are we heading the right way? I mean, we got a flower that means, like, cutting one's brother, so... I feel like this place looks really different compared to before. Not really, it looks exactly the same. It's just raining now. Now that she mentioned it, it did look different. A, I think we're going the right way. Or B, now that you mention it, it's weird. This was supposed to be a shortcut. I will say B, just because we've been driving this way for a while. Now that you mention it, it's weird. This was supposed to be a shortcut. You mean your brain took a shortcut, right? Nami mocked my stupidity under her breath. This is no time to be joking around. We need to hurry. Where are we going? I pushed down on the gas pedal. Oh. Silent Hill. Whoa. I'm not sure who that is. I turned the steering wheel quickly. I think it's us. No, we're fine. I managed to dodge the car. Barely, but the car was careening downhill. Something wasn't right. The brakes weren't working. The car was gradually picking up speed. Oh, look at us going! Shorty! Brake! I'm stepping on the brakes. They're not doing anything. Well, do something. To my left was a big tree, and to my right was a river. Quick, which one do we wreck into? A, we're gonna be fine. I pulled on the parking brake. Or B, I'm gonna take a gamble on that big tree there. I pulled the steering wheel left. Or C, I'm gonna drive into the river. I pulled the steering wheel right. I'm just gonna do A, because I don't think we should wreck into something if we can avoid it. We're gonna be fine. I pulled on the parking brake. No dice. We're not gonna die. Oh, no, that's us again. We're not gonna die, I shouted. I stepped on the brakes again, but it didn't do anything. Nami tucked her head down. I closed my eyes too, but I was so worked up that I kept screaming something. Shorty. Huh? When I opened my eyes, I saw that the car had stopped. We were fine, we made it, or we died. And this is the afterlife. Nami had her eyes cast down, and she was kind of blushing. Did I shout something embarrassing in the heat of the moment? Don't tell me I shouted out that I loved her. Was she not our girlfriend? To hide how bashful I felt, I said, A, are you okay, Nami? Or B, this is why it's so scary to drive on mountain roads. Hey, we should ask if she's okay. Are you okay, Nami? Yeah. We got out of the car. Where's our umbrellas? We could see a small light cut through the grass. Maybe it's a house. Does that seem the kind of place where you'd find a house? Certainly did sense some weird vibes coming from that direction. Yeah, we're going to be confusing who's speaking a lot in this game. Oh, huh? It seemed like the light started moving. Cut it out. It was a window, right? But I mean, just now, kind of went swoosh to the side. We decided to take a look through the forest. Is that tree on fire? Whoa! The tree just split in half! Nami covered her ears and squatted down. I gasped and watched the giant tree fall. The cedar tree had split in two, and it was smoldering, pushing black smoke up into the air. Below it, my car had been smashed beyond repair. It's a good thing we got out. How? It's as flat as a pancake, huh? Well, at least we're both alive. We should get going. We can't just stand around here, after all. I'm beginning to debate whether I should just not give the characters different voices, because half the time I can't tell which one of them is speaking. We fished out a bag with an extra set of clothes we'd packed and a flashlight and started walking to what seemed like the light of a house. Hey, what if it's not a house? Nami seemed really scared. Maybe the lightning really shocked her. It split a tree in two and killed the car we were just sitting in. So, A, hoping to calm Nami down, I took her hand. B, I quickened my pace to hurry up and find out where the light was coming from. Take her hand, be nice. Hoping to calm Nami down, I took her hand. No. She was acting like I had groped her or something. Hey, Nami.
Oh, sorry, Shorty. Your face looked like some kind of dried up mummy for a second there.
Huh? A mummy? Nami came over and clung to me. The rain's getting worse. Let's pick up the pace.
Oh!
Nami and I had both said the same thing at the same time. There was a line of nothing but hyperisms. Hyperisms? Yeah. They looked almost like a path that was leading us toward the light. It looks more like a field of flowers to me. That's when I said, A, let's go check it out for the time being, Nami. Or B, maybe we shouldn't go. We have nowhere else to go, so we're gonna go check it out. Let's go check it out for the time being, Nami. We continued walking. Suddenly, Nami stopped dead in her tracks. Nami. She was silently pointing at something. I'm sure nothing but good things will happen there. It was an old mansion. Not only were the lights on in one of the windows. I don't see any lights in this image. The whole building seemed to glow with a blue, otherworldly light. That building. Nami held her breath. It almost looks like it's glowing.
It does, doesn't it?
I could feel a chill run down my spine. I was getting goosebumps. I wonder if we'll get an option whether to go in or not.
Are we still going in there anyway, Shorty?
When Nami asked me that, A, I decided to head straight back to where we came from, or B, I decided to head straight inside. It's like, I don't know what I would do in a real situation, but mansions in the middle of nowhere are always trouble, so you know what? We're going to head straight back. We're getting out of here. I decided to head straight back to where we came from. Let's head back, I told Nami, but then I was really scared. Something was coming this way. It was the mansion itself. The mansion's coming for us?
Where are you going, Shorty?
I could hear Nami's voice from behind me. Huh? Something had wrapped itself around my feet. Hyperisms. Does that even happen? The hyperisms were getting coiled around my feet even though they're not a vine. It felt like they were pulling me toward the mansion. What was going on here? Nami seemed to think I was walking there of my own free will. Maybe I really was walking? Whatever the case, it certainly wasn't of my own free will.
Wait for me. I'll go too.
We were standing right in front of the mansion's gate. Nami came running up from behind me.
So what now, Shorty?
Hey, we've come this far. Might as well go in, I said, trembling. Or B, what do you think we should do? I decided to leave it up to Nami. I would say B, even though I feel like, hey, let's not go in should still be an option. What do you think we should do? I decided to leave it up to Nami.
Let's just go in.
All right. I easily pushed open the heavy-looking doors of the gate, which gleamed black, wet from the rain. They put up no resistance. Excuse us, we're coming inside. We politely bowed before taking the first step beyond the gates. I mean, I feel like there's no real point if you're not doing that when someone can actually hear you. The whole garden was filled with hyperisms in bloom.
All they're growing are hyperisms.
At that moment, something raced by.
Oh, it's a cat.
Oh, a cat? Man, it scared me. It's a black cat. The black cat turned back to face us. Its body began to swell with light, and it turned green. Oh, a green cat? The green cat quickly left, heading through the many hyperiorisms in the field.
Shorty.
Without delay, I said. A, our eyes must be tired, or B, it must be a trick of the light. I say trick of the light. Must be a trick of the light. The wind grew strong. It sent a wave through the countless yellow flowers. The wave moved from the gate to the mansion. I could almost feel the mansion shake from the impact of the wave, and then it stopped. I stood there in the rain, struck by the thought that I'd just witnessed something sinister and dark.
Hey!
Nami put her hand up to her ear.
Do you hear that? Something's rustling.
Huh? You mean the wind blowing through the leaves?
Not that. Something else.
Suddenly, a speckled snake slithered out from the tall grass. I could see its fangs glistening in its open mouth.
You hear it, right? That sound.
What are you talking about? Look! It's a snake! A snake! I took Nami by the hand and ran toward the mansion in a panic. It's just like Resident Evil, only instead of zombie dogs, it's a snake.
Hey, wasn't that a rattlesnake? What's it doing in a place like this?
Nami shouted as we ran. How should I know? Why don't you ask the snake yourself?
It's poisonous. If I tried talking to it, it'd bite me for sure.
We screamed back and forth at each other as we sprinted as hard as we could. We ran up the stone steps to the entrance, and when we turned back, we saw the snake slithering toward us over the brick-lined path. I grabbed the door's handle. The door was locked, and it wouldn't even budge. Excuse me? Could you open the door, please? Please? There didn't seem to be any response from inside of the mansion.
Shorty, it's coming. It's coming closer.
Nami shrieked. I decided to break the window on the right side of the entrance. B, I slammed my body against the door as hard as I could. I mean, I wouldn't like breaking the window of somebody's house, but I feel like there's no way in heck. Even if we broke the window, like, we wouldn't be able to get in theoretically. I would choose to like run in this scenario. I guess we'll say the window. What are we going to break the window with? I hit the window with my fist as hard as I could to break it. Oh well, we're going to get hurt. You're coming too, Nami. I pushed my way through the broken window and then pulled Nami inside, and somehow we didn't get cut. Phew.
We're safe for now, huh?
Oh, you're bleeding. Nami grabbed my hand. My left hand had been scratched, and it was bleeding. Oh, it'll be fine. Just a scratch. I sucked at the wound.
Don't do that. You need to get it properly treated.
Nami took out a handkerchief from her pocket and wrapped it around my hand. It smelled faintly of roses.
This is all I can do for you now, but I'll tend to it later.
Thanks. I felt a bit bashful. But anyway, the lock's useless now, huh?
Whoever owns this place will probably give us an earful once they find out.
We'll have to apologize to them ahead of time, then. I stood up and looked around. Nice place. It was a spacious entrance. There was a hall with stairs leading up to the second floor, and a large chandelier hung from the ceiling. On the left side, there was a large brick fireplace with a cloth-covered sofa set in front of it. Is anybody home? I raised my voice and walked further inside. We can turn it up a bit. There's no music. Maybe we can hear a clock.
We've just let ourselves in.
Nami also shouted out, but nobody replied. Maybe nobody's home?
Yeah, well, whatever.
Let's sit down for a while.
I'm exhausted.
I walked over to the sofa. Maybe we said that. I can't keep track. That'd be my one criticism of this game, is I wish it was easier to tell who was talking. Like, we need character images on the screen. Walked over to the sofa. I saw that there was a suit of Western-style armor that had been placed beside the fireplace. Is it on the other side? Oh, that's creepy. That's going to kill us. I'd seen suits of armor on TV and in photographs, but this was the first time I'd ever seen one in person. People fighting in the Middle Ages actually wore these things. It occurred to me how heavy it must have been for those people to wear them.
Hey, what's up with that?
Nami tapped my shoulder. What's up with what? That, there. Nami pointed over to the right side of the entrance hall. That is weird looking. A huge aquarium had been placed up against the wall. For some reason, we're only seeing the lower right half of it. Lower right part. There wasn't anything particularly unique about the shape of it. It was just an ordinary-looking glass aquarium you'd find anywhere, set in a silver-colored frame. The problem was the size. It was abnormally large.
You think there's something inside it?
I went over to the aquarium. The inside of the glass was covered with mildew, and the water was really dirty. Even if something was in there, you wouldn't be able to see what it was. A, I reached over the top and tried to stick my hand inside, or B, I thought about taking a peek from above. B, you don't stick your hand inside strange things that you don't know what's in there. Thinking I could take a peek from above, I moved over a small sofa that was in front of the fireplace. Standing on the sofa and looking down, I could see a black mass within the dark water. I couldn't tell if it was a creature, some kind of boulder, or maybe algae. I didn't have any idea.
Well, do you see anything in there?
No, nothing. At that moment, the black clump moved a little. Something that looked like a ping-pong ball floated up to the top.
Ugh!
I looked away. It smelled like rotten fish, and the stench made me feel nauseous. I held my breath as I looked down once more, but I couldn't see that anything had changed.
What could that have been?
And then... Uh-oh.
It came from the second floor.
Someone's got to be here then.
Let's go see.
My gosh, we're really doing these limited camera angles here. We walked up the stairs at the entrance.
Hey.
Even though we come so far as to walk up the staircase, Mommy was whispering to me.
What should we say if we meet whoever lives here?
We'll be honest with them. Tell them we had an accident on the road. What else are we supposed to say to the... Huh?
What's the matter?
Wasn't there a suit of armor over there? I told you it was going to kill us! I pointed to the side of the fireplace.
Yeah? Oh.
The suit of armor had vanished.
Well, whatever. Let's go and check out that sound anyway.
Yeah, so whenever you hear me doing the voices, keep in mind I may be getting them entirely wrong. Oh, a dark hallway. That's never a good sign. At the top of the stairs, the corridor went to the left and to the right. I think the sound came from this way. We walked down the hallway to the right. Which room could it be?
Shh. I can hear it again.
This is it.
There's no reply.
Are they not here? I opened the door without hesitation. It was dark inside. Whenever you hear something swinging in a house that's probably haunted, it's never anything good. It's usually a body. Didn't seem like anyone was there. There was a wooden table in the corner to the left with an electric light stand on it, which glowed with a red light. Looks like it's off. I saw another table, a smaller one, right beside it. It had a checkered cloth on top of it and a single book. I stepped inside of the room. Whoa! The door suddenly slammed shut behind me. A, panicked, I turned the doorknob. B, still, I paid it no mind and walked over to check out the book on the table. C, Nami, look at the door, I yelled. I think I'd be trying to open the doorknob. Panicked, I turned the doorknob. A flash of lightning lit up the room. What? What is that?
What is that?
Nami clung to my arm. Ah! Oh, great. There was a dried-up mummy sitting in the wheelchair. What wheelchair? On its lap was a book. Glad we didn't check out the book then. What I had thought was a low table was actually the mummy's lap.
What?
What? My teeth were chattering. The light from the stand cut out and the room went totally dark. Did the wheelchair just move? I stepped backwards. Mummy tugged at my clothes. The squeaking of the wheelchair was coming closer and closer. My hands trembled and I wasn't able to open the door.
Hurry! I can open it.
We practically fell over ourselves to escape into the hallway. But it was pitch black outside of the room, too. I couldn't tell left from right.
Nami,
where's my flashlight?
how can I know? I can't remember.
Hey, was there anything else that could be used as a light source? Maybe we should search for my flashlight for starters. See, maybe I could use a lighter in my pocket. Well, if we have a lighter, we're doing the lighter. Maybe I could use the lighter in my pocket. I caught a glimpse of the staircase just a short distance away. There! We headed downstairs in a panic. The flashlight had been dropped right in front of the aquarium. Ow, it's hot. I couldn't hold on to the lighter anymore. I let go of it completely and fumbled around with my hands until I picked up the flashlight. Turned it on and pointed it at the second floor. We should probably get our lighter back, too. I could see its hazy circle of light illuminate the second floor passage. There was no trace of the mummy.
I can't. My legs.
Nami collapsed to the ground helplessly. I sat down beside her. I couldn't believe it, though. A mummy? Here in modern-day Japan? I mean, I don't think mummies are like... That is a thing that exists, even in modern day. Are we just seeing things? A, I didn't want to scare Nami, so I decided to go check out the mummy by myself. B, I was scared, so I asked Nami to go and check for me. Why are these the options? Why are we splitting up? Well, I guess we have to go ourselves because we can't make Nami do it. I didn't want to scare Nami, so I decided to go check out the mummy by myself. Where are you going? Nami called out to me from behind. I'm going to go and find out whether or not that mummy was real. Try not to get murdered while I'm gone. Who cares if it was real? Let's just stop. Nami was terrified. But I'm curious. And Nami, you're scared too. We need to find out the truth. We just might have mistaken it for something it wasn't. That's true, but still. I'll be right back. I walked over to the staircase. Wait! Don't leave me alone here. I'll go too. That's what I wanted from the beginning. I didn't want to leave you here. The game was trying to make me. We returned to the door of the room we had entered before. The door had been left open. I timidly took a peek inside, but I only saw the electric stand on the ground. There was no trace of the mummy. How strange. Hey, the light's on. Ah, it's on. The light was back on. The small stand was lit again, as well as the chandelier in the hallway. Oh, a cat. A black cat had come out from under the table. Here, kitty, kitty.
Here, kitty, kitty.
Nami crouched down and picked it up. How strange. I looked around the room. Were we just seeing things? You saw it too, Nami, right? She didn't reply. She was entirely focused on the cat. I picked up the book, which had fallen on the floor. Diary. I opened it up. It was a diary. The entry I saw was dated 6 years ago. While flipping through the pages, I suddenly found a page that was bright red. It's blood.
Huh?
There was nothing written on the page, and a Hyperion had been stuck there as a bookmark. It was covered in a blackish red liquid. And it's still fresh. Upon seeing the diary, Nami started to look a little green. A, I muttered to myself, could this be the mummy's blood? Or B, we shouldn't be looking at someone else's diary. I closed it right away. These options! I think I'll pick A. I mean, I think people write diaries with the intent for someone to eventually read them. I muttered to myself, could this be the mummy's blood?
Hey, what's that sound?
Something was approaching the hallway. That's the suit of armor! It's coming! Could it be that suit of armor that vanished earlier? I'm glad that we're smart enough to figure that out.
That's ridiculous.
The sound stopped right in front of the door.
Oh, the cat.
The kitty jumped through the gap in the doorway and went into the hallway. We held our breath as we looked at the door, but we didn't get the sense that anything was about to happen. We took a look through the gap, but we didn't see anybody there. Strange, isn't it?
Hey, this is creeping me out. Let's leave this mansion already.
Nami sounded afraid when she said it. I replied, A, yeah, that sounds like a wise decision. B, yeah, I'm creeped out too, but I get the feeling we're not going to be able to escape from this. C, man, this is the first time I've been in such a weird house. It's really fascinating. I mean, B is pretty valid, because, like, if just leaving was an option, or if we left and didn't get immediately killed, but I'm going to say A. Yeah, that sounds like a wise decision. We looked around as we headed down the stairs. We made it back to the entrance hall. However...
Huh? There are shutters over the windows.
There were 2 windows in the entrance hall, but both of them were sealed from the outside by iron shutters. When did those get here? Nami, check the door. I checked the shutters on the window. No good. It's totally sealed shut here.
The door won't open either.
So you're saying we're trapped in here?
No way.
No, it couldn't have been intentional. Whoever owns the house probably came back.
What should we do?
Well, that would make it intentional. I was confused, and it was hard to come up with any ideas. A, there's no point in getting ourselves all worked up. Let's stay here for now. B, there's got to be somebody here. Let's go find out where they are. C, I know. Let's look for a phone. I would say look for a phone. I know. Let's look for a phone.
There aren't any phones here.
That's why we have to go look for one.
What are you getting mad at me for?
I'm not getting mad.
I can take one look at your face and know you're angry.
This is the face I was born with. I headed to the back of the entrance hall. The hallway stretched to the left and right. Which way should we go? I asked. Let's search on the right where there are more doors. Let's check the left side. It has fewer doors. Well, when I'm playing video games, I typically go for the fewer doors first to get the easy stuff out of the way. So fewer doors. Let's check the left side. It has fewer doors. We entered the hallway to the left. So which door should we enter? Save the ones further down for later. No, you start at the back. Let's start searching from the front. I grabbed the handle of the double doors on the left side of the hallway. The moment I opened the door, my nose got hit with the stench of mold. The lights weren't on. I fumbled around, feeling for a light switch. Didn't we have a flashlight? Once the lights came on, my eyes were drawn to the large wooden desk before me. The back of the desk faced the window and, aside from that wall with the window, all the walls are being used as bookshelves. It looks like a study. I went over to the window and checked whether or not it could be opened, but just like the shutters, it wouldn't even budge. No such luck, huh? I gave up on that idea and looked around the room.
It seems like they haven't used this room in a long time, doesn't it? It smells so moldy in here.
There was a crystal ball on the table, along with tarot cards and a smattering of other tools that a fortune teller might use.
Hey, look at that!
Nami pointed at the bookshelf. There was a weather-beaten skull stuck in between the books. Doing some post-mortem analysis, maybe? Are the people who live here researchers or something? I mean, I don't really think skulls are super odd decor choices. I tried to say it as a joke, but I ended up stuttering over it.
I wonder what sort of books they've got here.
I think that's us. I wonder what sort of books they got here. I tried to hide my embarrassment by reading some of the covers of the books that were lined up on the shelves. Probably witchcraft. Oh, I was right! Black magic, the basics and applications, Christ and the fish, Baphomet, curses and rituals of revenge. Whoever owns this place sure has an odd taste in books, huh?
Definitely not someone I'd want as a friend.
Wouldn't really make for a good acquaintance either. Oh well. It is what it is. Let's search somewhere else, okay? We left the study. After we walked from the hallway to the entrance hall, Nami spoke up. What about the other doors?
Hey, is that a phone under the aquarium?
It really is. It was a black dial-up phone. Hey, we can call home from here. Nami couldn't hold back a smile. But could we even get anybody to drive all the way out here?
Let's try calling home to find out.
Sure. I held the phone up to my ear. All right. Whoa. An iron axe swooped down just in front of my face. It's the armor! When I looked up, I saw the suit of armor I thought had vanished was suddenly standing next to the aquarium. I approached the suit of armor with caution and lifted the helmet. Didn't it just swing an axe at us? It was totally empty. Of course it's empty. Yeah, of course it is.
Ah!
Nami screamed so loud. What's the matter?
It cut the cord. That axe just cut the phone's cord.
What? I quickly put the phone up to my ear. I couldn't hear the dial tone. I stupidly tried dialing a number anyway, but the phone was clearly dead. There was no response. It's not going to work now. There was no point even trying. I hung up the phone and stood back up. Not much we can do about it. We'll have to find another way. Ah! You can't be serious. The sound of ringing echoed throughout the spacious hall.
Why? This doesn't make any sense.
Then I sighed and picked up the phone. B, I just stared at the phone, dumbfounded. C, I looked into Nami's eyes. Pick up the phone. I sighed and picked up the phone. Hello? I couldn't hear anything. Hello? We're ringing. It's a different phone. A phone was ringing somewhere else in the mansion.
And one over there, too.
What's going on? I could hear more phones ringing. Hello? I shouted into the phone in my hands, but I couldn't hear anything from it.
Who is it?
I don't know. They won't say anything.
It stopped ringing.
Another noise came from the second floor. Strange phones ringing, and now more noises. A, we have to find where they're hiding. B, Nami pinched me. Maybe I'm dreaming? C, it's a poltergeist, I said with a shudder. I don't think any of these are great options, really, because jumping straight to poltergeist is never a good idea. But weird stuff is happening here. So I'll just say A. We have to find where they're hiding. I could see tears welling up in Nami's eyes. It made me so angry. Enough of this. I know you're hiding somewhere. Whoever you are, stop it right now and show yourself. My voice echoed in vain throughout the hall. I'll find you. I'm going to hunt you down and find you. Just you wait. We should probably not be threatening. They have the upper hand.
Wait, don't go by yourself. Please.
I ignored Nami's cry and raced up the stairs. Get out here. Show yourself. At the top of the stairs, I slammed on the nearest door as hard as I could, but there was no reply. I'm coming in. Well, that's comforting background music. At that moment, a chill raced through my entire body. The anger that I had felt was gone, replaced by an icy chill running down my spine.
Shorty? What is this?
That strange presence had caused Nami to freeze too, right at the entrance. There was a single wooden coffin in the room, the sort that you might expect to find Dracula sleeping in. It was surrounded by many candles that had been lit. I reached out to the coffin, as if I was drawn to it somehow.
Stop it! What are you doing?
Nami shouted. I knew in my head that what I was doing was wrong, but I couldn't help it. I opened the lid of the coffin. It was filled with yellow hypericum flowers in full bloom. On the top of them was a single piece of calligraphy paper that had been cut out in the shape of a person. The 2 letters written on it spelled out a single word in Japanese. Fukushu. Revenge.
Revenge?
Nami was standing next to me, though I wasn't sure how long she'd been there. Hey, that reminds me. I looked at Nami. That's the meaning of the hypericum flower. Revenge.
Revenge. The meaning of a hypericum flower is revenge.
Nami muttered to herself as she stared at the piece of paper shaped like a person. Nami. Her face was pale. Let's get out of here. I took her by the hand. I feel something's very wrong here. I may be pretty dense sometimes, but even I can sense this much. Let's leave. I pulled Nami out of the room and shut the door with both of my hands, as if I was sealing away something very unpleasant. The next room will be this one. I approached the door on the other side. You're going to keep looking for them? Nami asked, seemingly about to cry. I can't just kick back and relax now, can I? I raised my voice at her.
We might even have to spend the whole night here. Is the owner of this house just a little freaky, or are they actually trying to hurt us?
We have to try to find out that much, at least. That might be us. We might even have to spend the whole night here. Is the owner of this house just a little freaky, or are they actually trying to hurt us? We have to try to find out that much, at least. As I went on this rant, Nami just stayed quiet. I ripped the door open. There was a window on the other end of the room with a small desk in the left corner. There was also a bed. It was a very ordinary room. There's nothing here, is there? I closed the door. There is a room we still have yet to check, over there. I intentionally said this in the most calm and formal tone I could muster and went further down the hall into the hallway. Nami followed me silently. We saw it before, though. Just in case, I took a peek into the room where we met up with the mummy, but as I expected, there wasn't a mummy in there. The diary remained exactly where it had been dropped, too. 2 more rooms. I opened the door across from the mummy's room. Oh,
what's the matter?
Nami took a peek inside, and when I looked at her, I saw that she had a relieved expression on her face. It looks like a girl's room, huh? I think that's us. The curtains, the bed, the wallpaper. Everything was color-coordinated in white and light pink. I'd like to see that, but all I see is this yellowish-looking vanity. All sorts of decorations and vases had been neatly arranged. I knew somebody was here. I felt a little relieved.
Somebody lives here for sure, yeah. Should we go in and look around?
No, that would be a little... None of the rooms we'd seen had seemed lived in, which made me feel like some kind of brave explorer, but this room felt different somehow. It suddenly hit me that I was doing something that I knew in my heart wasn't a polite thing to do. We can't go in here when she's not around. I mean, it's a girl's room.
Yeah, you're right.
But why won't she come out if she's here? Don't tell me she's hiding just to pop out and scare us for a laugh. All right, what's clear is that we haven't met anybody yet, and I still want to give them a piece of my mind, so let's go looking for them, for real. I shut the door. I wonder if they aren't in here. I stood in front of the next door. But when I turned the doorknob, Nami suddenly grabbed my hand.
Huh?
Huh?
Not here.
Well, what's wrong with you? What's with that scary look on your face?
Hey, let's just stop.
She looked serious. What's with you all of a sudden?
Let's just stop, okay? Please. It's like I know something bad will happen here, especially in this room. Just stop here, if only just for this room.
Why, though? Why is this one room off limits?
It just is.
It doesn't make any sense. They might be in here, you know.
No, I don't think they are. I'm sure they aren't in here, okay? So let's go already. Let's go back downstairs.
She pulled me by the hand. What's the big deal? I just want to take a look in this one last room. I shook off Nami's hand and grabbed the doorknob. But it wouldn't open. Huh? Is it locked?
See? I told you, we should just stop.
Oh, I know what's going on. They screwed around with us and now they're hiding in here. Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? There was no response from behind the door. On closer inspection, the four corners of the door had been nailed shut. How does one nail a door shut? So this door can't be opened?
Hey, Shorty. I'm hungry.
Huh? That came out of nowhere.
I really am, though. I'm starving. Can we look for something to eat?
Yeah, let's go to the
kitchen. They've got to have something we can eat there.
But
you're hungry too, right, Shorty?
We haven't eaten since
this afternoon.
That's true, but
hey, let's go down and find something. Whoever owns this house might be down there too.
Sure, I guess. I ended up getting pushed along by Nami. After we went down the stairs, she headed forward on her own, walked up to a door, and grabbed the knob without any hesitation.
Let's hurry in, Shorty.
Something didn't seem right to me. Hey, how do you even know if this is the kitchen, Nami? Nami, don't tell me you knew. See, it's hard to believe you were acting so frightened up until now, Nami. Yeah, Nami's suddenly really brave. I'll say, how do you even know if this is the kitchen, Nami? How do you even know if this is the kitchen, Nami?
Huh? Now that you mention it.
Nami looked at me, surprised.
I just had a feeling. It was like my feet just carried me here. It's weird, isn't it?
Either way, let's go inside. Maybe she's possessed. It's pitch black in here.
But it smells great.
This has got to be the dining room. I flipped the switch on the wall. We put all the knives and forks in front of the candelabra. There was a long table in the center of the room, and on it were plates stacked with food. Fortunately, we couldn't draw them. But the thing is, what happened here? Everything was a total mess. The meat dish's sauce had been splattered everywhere, including over the napkins on the table, which got splotched brown. The fish had been chewed up from head to tail, which had attracted some flies. Knocked over bowls were scattered here and there, causing the soup they'd once held to drip off the edges of the table. It's a real shame they couldn't draw this. Did that cat do this? Seems like it, huh? The fruit appeared to be untouched, but it was overripe and turning black. It didn't look appetizing at all. What should we do, Nami? Maybe there's something in the fridge? Huh? What's wrong? That look on your face is scaring me.
That, just now.
I looked around.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
It sounded like a woman shrieking.
I didn't hear anything. You didn't just imagine it, did you?
No, I'm sure I heard it for real. It came from over there.
I approached the window. It was too dark to see outside, but I had a bad feeling about what it might be. Wait, I'll go and take a quick look. I stepped away from the window and headed for the exit.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Something might have happened, and I'm curious to find out.
Wait for me, I'm going too.
We left the dining room.
Hey, hand me your lighter for a second.
What are you doing? Nami was holding a candlestick. It was from the dining room table.
I felt a little uneasy about not having a light of my own. Thanks. Here, you can have your lighter back.
At least we didn't leave it. Nami held the now lit candlestick and I gripped my flashlight as we walked slowly down the hall. Hey, did you really hear someone? I could see doubt in Nami's eyes as she looked at me. Don't start a fire, Nami.
Yeah, it sounded like he.
It was a long and mournful cry. Creepy. Nami furrowed her brow. But why would they be shrieking like that?
Could it be a burglar?
A burglar?
It's certainly possible. It would explain why the lights are on even when the owner isn't home.
The hallway veered to the left and continued to the back of the mansion, but the hallway there was tight and the ceiling was getting lower, too. And what's more, it felt strangely gloomy there. It was like we'd veered off of the main road into some back alley. My flashlight lit up a small iron door just ahead.
It came from behind that door.
How do you even know that? There's something creepy about this door, don't you think? Almost like they were conducting some sort of a secret experiments in here. It was just like Nami said. The door had been painted clumsily, and almost all of that paint had fallen off, leaving the metal door entirely red with rust. I wonder if it's open. I put my hand on the doorknob.
There's that voice. You heard it this time, didn't you? It's the same voice as before.
Nami stared wide-eyed at me and shook her head in denial. We're going in. I hurled the door open. I got struck in the face by a blast of wind and water. It was the back door, huh?
I can't see anything out here.
When I shined my flashlight outside, something to the right reflected the light. It's a greenhouse. Is the shrieking coming from in there?
Oh!
I could hear Nami shout behind me. What happened?
The flame went out.
Nami held the candlestick in her hand, looking at me reproachfully. Well, of course it would. And we're going out in the rain, so...
What should I do with it?
You can't use it out here, so let's just leave it here. You can use it as a bludgeoning item, though. I set the candlestick at my feet and tugged at Nami's hand.
All right, let's go.
Hand in hand, we trudged through the mud. Our clothes, which had just started to dry, were soaking wet almost instantly, and our shoes became heavy from all the mud. Do you think somebody's in there?
Do you think somebody's in there, Nami asked me?
Nami asked me quietly. I doubt it.
What? So we came out here for no reason?
I mean, not anyone who's alive, anyway.
No way.
The expression on Nami's face changed instantly. If anybody was in there, they would have seen us shining a flashlight at them. There wasn't any response, so that would mean that they would have already have to be...
Why do you always have to scare me saying stuff like that?
Nami looked like she was about to cry. We looked through the glass and saw that it was totally dark in there. I shined the flashlight inside. Oh! Nami and I both shouted at the same time. There they are again. There were hypericin flowers inside. Small yellow flowers were mixed in with all the other ornamental plants. The greenhouse of revenge, Nami said in a whisper. Don't say it like that. It's creeping me out.
What? Look who's talking.
Some people just grow flowers and don't think about what they mean. We cautiously shined the light in as we walked around the greenhouse, but we made it to the other side without encountering anything out of the ordinary. A, no one was in there after all, were they? Or I considered going back to the mansion. Or B, we should go inside the greenhouse too? I turned to face the entrance. Well, I mean, we came out here, so I'd go in the greenhouse. And if we're outside, can't we leave the mansion? Should we go inside the greenhouse too? I turned to face the entrance.
We've seen enough, haven't we?
Well, you know. And at that moment...
Huh?
What? When I shined the light at the greenhouse door, I saw it swaying in the wind. I looked over at Nami's face. Her mouth was agape, and she looked at me out of the corner of her eyes. Uh-oh. All right, I'll race you to the door then. I broke into a run.
What gives? That shrieking was just the sound of this door?
Nami shouted as if to scold me. This is a race, you know. You better get moving. I paid her no mind and kept running.
Wait up! Ah!
When I looked back, I saw that she had fallen right on her butt in the mud.
You made me fall, you jerk!
I started laughing just as I reached the door.
Wait! It's too dark! I can't see anything!
At the entrance, I turned around and shined the light over toward Nami so she could see. The corner of the light hit the door, and the second I saw it, my smile froze up.
Ugh, you made it here first.
Nami came over and looked at me and said,
You've got that scary expression on your face again, but you're not fooling me this time.
I gestured with my head towards the glass door.
You can be so dumb, you know,
she said, and then she looked over. Nami! Said Nami. There it was, written on the glass door in big red letters. Nami. The light that reflected off of the glass illuminated us as we stood there looking at it in the rain.
It's got to be a coincidence.
It's got to be a coincidence, I said, but I knew deep down that a voice had drawn me here. Even if it actually was a coincidence, why would her name be written here? Nami looked pale as she stood there in the rain, dumbfounded. She said nothing, her eyes transfixed upon the glass as it swayed back and forth. The door creaked again as the wind blew it. Let's go back, I said, making it a point to sound cheerful, but Nami didn't respond at all. Let's go. I tugged at Nami's hand firmly. She didn't budge.
Why? How?
You're just overthinking it.
Am I? It has to be a coincidence. It has to. This is the first time we've ever been here, for one. So, someone who was here had the same name as you. So what? And yeah, sure. It's weird for somebody to write their name in a place like that, but if we asked whoever lives here, they'd probably have some funny story about it. I'm sure they would. I talked loudly, without pausing, trying to shut away the fear that I felt inside. Yeah, Mommy said quietly as she nodded. We'll catch a cold if we stay out in the rain like this. Let's head back. I pulled Mommy away and we kept walking. I'll probably end this part soon, but I don't want to end it with loud music. Good. Even after we returned to the mansion, Nami looked gloomy. How do I save? Manual save states. Save. So that was the start of Otogirisou. It's kind of interesting. I don't really know like how many different paths there are, if there are paths or anything like that, but I'm curious to know what's going on. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!